one of the things, one of the things that hinders a lot of people is because one of the things that hinders a lot of people is that they never fully close chapters. Yeah. They think that simply by blocking a person, simply by texting the person and tell them that you don't want to deal with them anymore, they feel like that's actually closing the chapter of that friendship. When all the while, that's not enough in some cases. Yeah. Some cases, some people that you are in love with, or some people that you have love for, and some people that have meaning for your life, you have to grieve them. You know how when you are in a relationship, I mean, you know how when somebody passes and you go to the viewing, first of all, you get the news that they've passed. Then, after you get the news that they've passed, you begin to mourn or grieve their passing. Then you go to the viewing. After you go to the viewing, then you go to the service, the funeral service. After you go to the funeral service, then everybody convenes at the burial, and once you see that casket go in the ground, you know that they're not coming back. Yeah. As it is with some of our relationships, Tiff, as it is with some of our relationships, some of our friendships, you have not grieved that thing. For some of us, we are still in hopes of, or still have, so Isaac, we still have that maybe in our mind. Yeah, we that maybe they'll get themselves together. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll be, hey Isaac, maybe they'll be different the next time. My friends, we have to come to the conclusion, we have to come to the understanding that some of your friends and some of your exes are never coming back. My grandmother used to always say that goose is cooked. And I need some of us to take the moment and come to the realization that there are some friends that you can never be friends with. There are some family members that you can never be close with again. There are some relationships that will never, ever, ever be connected to you again. And what happens is, because you haven't fully grieved, grief is an unexpected, sudden, unfavorable outcome, an unfavorable loss. That's grief. When it's unexpected, it's unfavorable, and it's a loss. But what happens is that we carry so much weight around of what was, that we can't see, or we can't envision what can be. And in order for you to move past where you are, you have to let go everything that's holding you back, that's holding you down. I never had an opportunity to get into a hot air balloon because I was scared of heights. So my cousin got into the hot air balloon, and the person and the instructor on the hot air balloon, they said, if you want to go higher, there's 10 bags, 10 heavy bags that's around the balloon. If you want to go higher, the instructor says, y'all ready to go? Hey, kid. The instructor says, are y'all ready to go higher? Thank you, baby. The people on the hot air balloon, thank you, baby. The people on the hot air balloon said yes. The instructor then takes the bags off of the basket that they're sitting in, because it was the bags, the weight that was holding them down. Thank you, baby. It was the weight that was holding them down. It wasn't their weight. It was the dead weight. Yeah. It wasn't their weight that was holding them down. It was the thing that was carrying, that was attached to what was carrying them. And if you're going to, yeah, exactly. If you're going to fly high, if you're going to rise, if you're going to move forward, I need all of us to say bye-bye to everybody that was attached to you. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, you holding on to that thing too long. I get it. There's still some memories. There's still some memories that you have of that great relationship. There's still some bad memories that you have of that relationship. But my friends, you gotta let that thing go, baby. It's better to have some connections that's never connected again, that can never be connected again. It's better to cut people off and never ever connect to them again than to create some additional memories that you can't erase, that you want to erase. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, boom. Thank you, Lisa. It's better. It's better to come to the realization. Well, my mother used to say it's better to come to I forgot the word. She used to say to have some kind of moment. Yes, Crystal, some kind of moment. It's better to come to that moment, grieve it, get over it, and don't let it come back. Do not let that spirit interfere with where you are trying to go. The spirit, the relationship, the spirit of the relationship has to go. You have to let that thing die. Because as long as you keep thinking about it, as long as you keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, the more you feed the spirit, the more you feed your memory, the more you feed the thing that's trying to hold you back. Get over it. Get over it. Get over it. Yeah. I remember, you know, I did this one funeral, right? I did this one funeral, Crystal, you got to get this parish. You got to get this. I did this one funeral, Isaac. And while I'm up there preaching, you know, the funeral director, he closes the casket. He's trying to close. I mean, before he closes the casket, the family members convene at the casket. One of the family members tried to get in the casket with the dead body. Hey, Louisa, let me give it to you again. Everybody, the praise and worship team, this the little small praise and worship team is over there. The funeral director signals the family to come to the casket. I came down out of the pulpit. I came down out of the pulpit. I'm at the foot of the casket because I want to be there with them to give my condolences and to help. The brother tries to get in the casket with him. Instead of coming to the realization that there's no way that she's coming back. And some of us, we have to funeralize our exes in our minds. No matter how much they hurt you, everything that they've taken you through, all of the pain that they've caused, all of the anguish, all of the ugly memories, everything, and even the good memories, all that they have done to you. You got to let that thing go. That thing has to be buried. Thank you, Kia. That thing, you got to bury that thing. You got to go to that thing and you got to say ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Never to relive that thing in your mind. Stop feeding your spirit and grieve it. The first step of grieving something is recognizing that it ain't no more. Let me give it to you again. The first step in grieving is accepting it. Exactly, kid. Accepting it. You have to accept that it's no more. Stop beating yourself up. The thing is, kid, the thing is, Paris, is that sometimes the reason we keep reliving it because we think that we were stupid staying in it as long as we did. Oh, I'm great. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let me give it to you again. Sometimes it's the reason it's so hard for us to let go of it. The reason it's so hard for us to get over it, it's not because of really what they've done, Crystal. It's because we feel so stupid about letting them do what they did. We say to ourselves, I saw the red flags a long time ago. We play the whole relationship back in our mind. And we feel like we shouldn't have let that person, and then we want to get petty with it. Oh, y'all not feeling me about this one. I know y'all want me to come up here. I'm not that kind of coach. I don't talk fluff. So I'm not that. It's too many fluffy coaches out there. I'm not that coach. I'm telling you straight up, get over it. In order for you to heal, you got to let go and accept that they ain't never coming back. And the second part is nothing you can do about it. Let me give it to you again. In order for you to heal, the first step in grieving a relationship, a friendship, or whatever you want to call, is come to the realization they ain't coming back. It ain't no more us. It ain't no more us. The second thing is coming to the realization that you wasn't stupid. You weren't dumb. That was just your highest mindset at that particular time. You weren't stupid. You were not dumb. You weren't ignorant. That was your highest thinking at that particular time. You were focused or distracted with something else. So you have to accept it. Accept it that they ain't coming back. Accepting that thing is over. Accepting that it's over. And stop and don't be petty. Boom. You can't be petty. I know you want to be petty. You can't, petty meaning in your mind. You can't think about what you want to do, what you could have done, how you want to. Oh God, oh Lord, please please let something happen to them for what they did to me. No, no. You got to let that thing go. Do not go beyond, do not go beyond your positive self. Don't be petty. Do not go beyond your positive thought process. Let it go. Grieve it. Let it go. So the first thing that we talked about, y'all, the first thing that we talked about, hey, Christelle, the first thing that we talked about is that we got to come to the realization that it's no us. That's for family. That's for friends. That's for exes. There's no. There's no. Accept it. Grieve it. Be determined that they are not coming back. And there's nothing you can do about it. Erase. The second thing that we talked about is that you have to erase any ill feelings that you have towards them and any ill feelings that you have towards yourself. I can't tell you how many times that we beat ourselves up. We've dogged ourselves over what the wrong person with whom we shouldn't have never been with in the beginning did to us. They were the wrong person in the beginning, but we just wanted to be with them because they caught us at the wrong time. They caught us at the right time. It's when the wrong person catches you at the right time, according to their clock, it's a disaster. Yeah. So stop beating yourself up over what was. Because the last I checked, we can't go back in time and wish we could have, should have. We can't. We can't relive it. We got to let it go. I never forget. I was in this one relationship, and I had bought her a car. I put the car on my credit card, right? I bought the car straight off the and I put it on my credit card. And I still was making payments on my credit card because the credit card was 0% interest. So I had 18 months of 0% interest on my credit card. So I said, I'm gonna put it on my credit card, get the points, put it on my credit card, and put it in her name. And Christelle, she crashed the car. And so the insurance company sent her a check for the value of the car. Yeah. The insurance company sent her a check for the value of the car. So some months had gone by, and I ended up asking her, Crystal, I said, did you get the money from the insurance? Because I'm still paying on this car. She said, no, they haven't sent me the money. Months had gone by. It's 6 months now. I had to ask her again. And she said, oh yeah, they sent it. I forgot to tell you. They sent it, but I left it on a counter at motor vehicles, and somebody must have taken it. Let me give it to you again. $8,000. That's how much the car was worth. It was worth $8,000 after they did their, deductions. Worth $8,000. They took it. Yeah, she cashed it. She took it. She stole it. And I felt so dumb. I felt stupid, but it's nothing I could have done about it. Why am I saying this to you? Because some of us feel stupid, feel dumb about things we have no control over. Let it go. There's so many more memories. No, I put it on my credit card, but I put it in her name. There's so many more memories that you can create than to think about the memories, the bad memories that was created. Start focusing on what you can create, what can be, instead of focusing on what was. Grieve the relate. They're not coming back, and you don't want them back. And woe unto you that y'all broke up, and you still letting them come back. You still allowing them to think that there's a chance. You still allowing them to think that there's a possibility. Now, women, I got to give y'all this. Hey, Beth, I got to give y'all this. Women take it harder than men. They take it both emotionally and mentally. They take it harder than men. But women fully recover while men don't. Let me give it to you again. Whenever there's a breakup, Randy, whenever there's a breakup, women, for the time being, they are hurt. They're devastated for the time being, but they fully recover. Men, they never fully recover. A woman, you can go ahead and break her up. You can do all this stuff, and she'll go through her motions, and yet she'll fully recover. But a man, every time he look at you, because it's more his ego. We never come back 100%. Never. Because guess what? When we see you, it's one of those things where it may be out of sight, out of mind. But the minute we see you, it bruises our ego. And so our attempt to recover, we try to recover by, guess what? Trying to get you back, or at least try to flirt with you to see if you give in. And if you give in, then we have a possibility to recover. But if you reject us more, we're not recovering. And our ego is bruised more and more. I'm going deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper, y'all, and then I'm closing. I'm shutting it down in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So the first thing that we tell, hey, Haley, the first thing that we tell you here, sip. The first thing that we talked about is what? In the grieving process is that you have to accept it. You have to accept it. You have to come to the realization that they're not coming back. That's the first thing. The second thing that we talked about is that we said we're not going to think petty. Don't think petty. Do not think petty. What do I mean? You wishing something happened to them, or you want something to happen to them. We don't waste energy thinking about stuff like that. You're wasting energy. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your thoughts. You're wasting your powers thinking about getting somebody back when that's not your responsibility. God says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And you worrying about it. You really going to spend some time wanting some get back on somebody that did you wrong? Your get back, your thirst for pettiness, your thirst to get a person back is never quenched. Let me give it to you again. Your pettiness, everybody, let's get to 35,000 over here, everybody. Let's get to 35,000. Your pettiness and your thirst is never quenched. I don't care how much we want them to see, we want them to hurt as bad as they hurt us. We want them to hurt as bad as they hurt us. But guess what? Nobody can feel or nobody can identify with your hurt, because your hurt is your hurt. Let me give it to you again. Your hurt is your hurt. It's genetically connected to how you are, how you function, to your functionality. So nobody can feel how you felt. That's why it bothers me that whenever somebody loses a loved one, they always come over and say, oh, I know what you're going through. You don't know what I'm going through. Why are you lying? You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know my pain. They always come over, when somebody passes, you go over to their family and you're like, oh, I know what you're going through. I never forget. I was over this family member's house, and the sister cussed somebody out at the family gathering. You don't know what I'm going through. So your pettiness has to go. You want the best for that person. We're going to take the high road. You want the best. Why? Because you want the best to come. We're not even going to give it that energy. Yeah. The third thing in this grieving, process, and I need you to get this. The third thing is that you don't go create any more memories. Don't try to create any more memories like that. You move past it and create better relationships, better friendships, better connections. Create better friendships, better relationships, better connections. Create better friendships, better relationships, and better connections. You can't allow how things ended to affect you. I'm closing with this. My time is up. You can't allow how things ended to affect you to the degree that you can't move forward. Stop thinking about it, put it to rest, and move on. Stop thinking about it, stop feeding it, put it to rest, and move on. That's it. You can't go back. Somebody that I was coaching this one person, and the person that did whatever they did to the person that I was coaching. Yeah, Tiff, I understand. I'm going there, Tiff. The person that I was coaching, they want to get back to the person that did what they did to them, but the person that they did, the culprit, passed. The culprit passed, and they can't go back and get back. And all they kept talking about was what the person did to them, instead of focusing on what can be done to get past that moment. Stop feeding your thoughts about what happened to you. Let's focus on what can happen for you. Because you can't move forward if you got shackles of your past on your ankles and on your arms. On your ankles and on your arms, you can't move forward, my friend. So I want to close. Three things that we talked about today. We talked about grieving. And I'm asking a lot of us to let go and come to the realization there's some friendships. Yeah, Beth, there's some friendships that can't come back. There are some relationships that they can't come back, that they're gone. And there's some family members, y'all will never be the same. And you have to be okay with that. And you have to be able to move on from that. Yeah, Krista, you got to be able to move on. We don't. One of the things that